Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the Bentley in the GT3 series. We're at Catalunya, the middle circuit, I don't know what it's called. Tried to pull off to let everybody go past and got caught up a bit too much. Turn 1 at this track is always mayhem. So we go from 22nd to, well, 19th. Back into 18th place. There's a Ferrari just joining the track that's ghosted there. Tried to make the most of his ghost. Hit the back end of that McLaren, and then the Audi R8 spun the Mercedes AMG, which in turn spun me. But we dust ourselves off and into this tight left-hander. The Audi R8 tries to do a monumental out-braking manoeuvre. Catches himself on the outside of the track. Anyway, we skip forward lap 2 of, 17. And we're in 17th place. We've got an Aston Martin and Acura. The Aston Martin just decided to use the Acura as its brakes, which allowed me to just sneak the inside and past both of them. Now into this fast right-hander, really close here, and I just decided to do a do-or-die lunge on this corner. The Ferrari, I think he was expecting me to brake a bit later so he could cut it back on me, but that was not the case, and we made it stick. Again into this tight left-hander, more carnage is unfolding. The Ferrari goes for a do-or-die manoeuvre on the yellow Ferrari. The yellow Ferrari hits me, knocks my back end out slightly, and I'm feeling there's a bit of deja vu here. I did it last lap on the same Ferrari, and I'm going to do it again this time. Sent it up the inside here, the Ferrari gave me absolutely no room whatsoever, forced the Bentley through, and we are away. We're in 11th place on just starting lap 4 of 17. So heading down the start straight, the Ferraris are close. As you can see there, bit of contact. Luckily I ghosted out so I didn't hit the Aston Martin. And the ghost predicted collision gives me a slap on the wrist. Gives me a little warning telling me not to do that again. As if it was my fault. Anyway, I was up around the outside, the Ferrari was a bit twitchy coming off the curbs, didn't know where he was going, I just carried on going, and he ended up in the wall, on the grass, so that's my bad. But I'm not going to wait after what happened last time, so up the inside of the Aston Martin there, held the line nicely, and now we've got the Mercedes AMG and a Lamborghini, just in front. And I'm close enough, and I'm thinking, shall I do it on that last corner again? Either way, I'm going to keep it out wide, take a tiny bit of a later apex to get on the gas a bit earlier. Thinking about sending it up the inside there. Again, the AMG held his line nicely. I clipped the inside of the grass, made me step it out slightly, but it did work in my favour because the AMG also picked up a bit of a slide. And now we're in 9th place, so we're within the top 10. Late on the brakes there, the AMG nearly took me with him, but he's ran extremely deep into turn 1. So we've got Conto Zonto in the Lamborghini Huracan. Ran a bit deep in that corner there. I square it off very aggressively, get it parked up the inside there, keep it on the inside, and we managed to get past into 8th place. So we skip forward now, we've caught 7th again, who is in the Lamborghini Huracan. We all know how quick these are down the straights, but this Bentley gets a brilliant drive coming out, pulls up to the inside, and he was very clever. Didn't try to outbrake me, he just ran his line, tried to get it cut back up the inside, but I was second to it, and managed to close the door and, keep the position. So we're in 7th place now, and we've got the Aston Martin just ahead there. Went for a do-or-dive up the inside, was way too early on the brakes. And now my main priority is getting it up the inside of a Miguelone? 6th place in the Aston Martin. Great drive coming out of that corner again, using the curbs on the inside. Park it up the inside. That Aston Martin seemed to have a bit more corner rotation, and I managed to make it stick in the Bentley. Anyway, we cut forward and check this out. The Acura is just having a nightmare. We've all done that. We've all been caught out by the lack of grip, shall we say, and entering the pits. I think he managed to get in there just in time, but I do love it when I see something like that happen. That's not to me, anyway. So into turn 1, we managed to keep it keep it just ahead of that McLaren in 3rd place, and now we're in 2nd, and now we've got to try and hunt down first. 6 seconds ahead. I stayed out a bit longer than I could have, well, should have, which meant I could go for the softer option. So we've still got a decent amount of life left on lap 16 of 17. Sit Hunter in the Acura takes a defensive line. I try and sneak around the outside. Very good defending from the Acura. And I can see 2nd place. 1st is too far ahead. So I keep it tight here, try to get the power down coming out of here. Bit of a step out there from the Bentley. And I'm thinking, should I try it? Should I try it again on this corner? But he was just a bit too far for a lunge. Really good corner from that. It just looks so stable, that Acura did. But now we're going to get the power down and we're just going to tuck in behind him. Fire through these gears. And now I'm going to get side by side and keep him to the inside of the track. Because that will cause this to happen. At the very last second, I turn back out to the racing line. So I've got that maximum availability of tarmac to use. Whereas he's on the inside. He doesn't have as... Basically, it makes the corner tighter. So, 9 times out of 10, they do outbrake themselves. Coach, he just... I don't know whether he missed a gear or let me past or what, I don't know. But lap 17 of 17, I managed to get past him. And that was pretty much the race. Managed to get an alright lap time. Probably could have been better, but we go on to the next one. And the next one is the Audi R8. Recently purchased the car pack. I've never used this car before, really. And decided to throw a tune on and take it around Brands Hatch with the boys. So there's 20 laps, dark and cold. Brands Hatch. Carnage at turn 1 as per usual. We've got a Bentley facing the wrong way. We've got a car out in the actual wall. Never seen that before. And it's just smoke and ghosting cars everywhere. Dre goes up the inside of the AMG, bit of contact, knocks that Ferrari spinning, and it gives me a bit of a gap to make the pass. So we opted for hards, basically just to try this car out, because I want to try and do some soft laps at the end to see just how quick this car actually is in comparison. Like I say, I've never used this car. This is the first race I've done since I tuned it. And yeah, it seems alright, seems decent. You can run some good lap times, it's stable on the brakes and everything. So yeah, if you do want the tunes for both of these cars, drop me 15 likes and you'll get the Bentley and you'll get the Audi R8. Bit twitchy there from me. Was trying to get up the inside of Terminator, but it was just a bit too iffy there, shall we say. First lap in, don't make too many silly mistakes, boys. Just let it run. And everything will work out, as it did. Up into 6th place, and we've got Jay Fast in another Mercedes AMG. Just ahead, there's a McLaren on the grass. Speaking of McLarens, we've got Dre just behind me. Really good racer, to be fair to him, and he's the one that's going to push me through 90% of the race, in fairness. So we managed to get a great drive coming out of there, up the inside of the green and yellow Mercedes. Bit of a contact knock there from Dre. Must have a bit more rotation because he's got mediums on, I believe. Opposed to the hards. Turned him a bit too early there. Managed to get me up into 2nd place. And Dan Fear is in 1st now. He's 5 seconds ahead. I used a bit too much curb there, unsettled the car, and I did end up on the grass. But 0-0, boys, we go again. And all we've got to do now, lads, is just keep plodding along and catch up 1st place. So, not even a lap later. Look at that, I was a pixel on the grass, but it just shows you that we all do make silly mistakes. But Dan Fear's 5.5 seconds. I was going to go for an overtake on Dre here. I was on the inside. But I just thought, with the lack of tyre grip that I've got compared to him on the mediums, just let him run. And the distance that he picks up in the corners, I should hopefully be able to pull down the straight, because I do have very little to no aero on this car. And all I've got to do is try and keep as close to him as possible for when he pits in. So speaking of pits, I'm pitting in now. We're going to go for the softs, skip out the fuel, and Dre is 5 seconds ahead of me. So we've got Gustavo AMG in the AMG, and I've got 6 laps to run on soft tyres. It's a bit of a daredevil move, I'll be honest, but I feel like if I'm smooth by not doing things like that, I should be able to run it. You know, I should be able to catch him up fairly quickly because he'll be on the mediums. And yeah, not too many laps later, we managed to get right on him there. We get a great drive coming out of this corner from the grip. Park it up the inside here. Great racing from Trey there. Didn't turn in too quickly. Gave me the room. And yeah, that was pretty much the overtake that, well, won the race. All I've got to do now is, well, just nurse her home. Obviously, I know lap 19 and 20 is going to be a bit touch and go. There's going to be a bit of tyre wear. But, again, smooth driving, it will reward you. You can drive fast and drive smooth, it will reward you, even if it's incrementally. So, we come across the line on lap 17, and then we come across the line again on lap 20. That is the race. If you're still here, please like, comment, and if you're brand new, do subscribe. And as always, take care of yourselves. Stay tuned for more.